Hi, my name is Tiffany Guerrero, and I'm going to be giving a persuasive speech for interpersonal communication about something that's very dear to my heart. It's called A Place to Call Home. Now, I want to direct you to three important words. The first word is hope. What would you do if you could change and give hope to a life? The second one is direction. What would you be willing to give up in order to give direction to someone's life? And the third one is life. What would you do if you could transform a child's life? Now, I have two questions for you to think about. And the first one is if you would be able to help give a neglected child a second chance to life, would you? If you could give a child that has been abused a new hope, dream, or goal in life, would you? Now, think about the words we just talked about, hope, direction, and life. And think about these two questions. If you could give the child a second chance to have hope, life, and direction, would you be willing to do it? Now, statistics show us that gang violence, teenage pregnancies, drug consumption, and physical abuse all have to do with a child being neglected at a young age. We see that the more that these things increase, the more the fostering systems are growing rapidly due to a repeated cycle of life. When a parent has been in a gang violence, into gangs, or been a teenage pregnancy, it's more likely that their child will follow the same steps. Sorry about that. Now, we're going to be talking about statistics that show us something about abused and neglected children. In 2011, it is said that an estimated 1,570 children died from abuse and neglect in the United States. We're not talking about the whole world, we're talking about in the United States. And that nearly 5 children die every single day from abuse and neglect. This totals up to 681,000 children that were victims of maltreatment in 2011. And most of these children that have been neglected, it's from the age of about 1 year old to younger. So we're talking about babies that cannot defend themselves. More than 78% of the reported fatalities that we see in the system are due to the children's parents. So you may be asking, well, what can I do to help in order to give new hope, give direction, give life? And here's the following. Fostering is one of the best options if you are willing and are able to do it. You can reduce the number of uncared for children by opening up your home and allowing them to be part of your family. The second is to become involved in organizations that deal with children like this by providing them a home and just seeing how you can help out. And third would be by donating money to organizations. That way they will always have funds in order to create an atmosphere appropriate for these children. But I want to focus on the first point, which is fostering and what are the benefits and what is fostering. Fostering is opening up your home so that a child has a place to live and a place to grow, most importantly. There are a lot of fostering organizations such as Olive Crest, which has transformed the lives of many through training parents how to foster and how to care for these children. Just so you have a little bit of information, over 60,000 abused and neglected at-risk children have been transformed by organizations like Olive Crest, providing safe homes, counseling, and just an overall good experience. Now, the benefits of fostering. Ralph Waldo Emerson said the following, and it is something that is life-changing. It says, the purpose of life is not to be happy. It is to be useful, to be honorable, to be compassionate, to have it make some difference, that you have lived and lived well. Imagine if you can make a difference in a life because you have lived your purpose and lived completely well. I think that Ralph Waldo Emerson pushes us to the most important thing in life, which is to help others, to have your life really count, to be a part of an effect that's going to last through generations to come. Second, there is a very good point that there's such diversity in the home. Not only will you expose your spouse and your family members, such as uncles, cousins, grandparents, but you'll have your children know the reality of what it is to live with different kids. And you will also be able to love with the love that the Father has given us, which is the most important thing. Now, if you're saying, I can't foster, how else can I help? There's additional ways. You can get involved in weekly organizations by helping out You can also donate financially, which is by all means one of the best things to do. Become actively involved in the children's holidays so that they may be able to spend their days happily. And last but not least, pray for them. Pray for their well-being and that they have homes. And I want to leave you with this thought. It says, pure and genuine religion in the sight of God the Father means caring for orphans and widows in their distress and refusing to let the world corrupt them. James 1:27. And I want you to think about this. This is one of the best things that God has asked us to do, which is care for his children. Thank you for listening, and thank you for spending time to be here with me today. I ask that your hearts open up to the reality of how this can change your life.